everybody, welcome to my channel. Hi, my name is Brick. Whoever who don't know who I am, I changed my channel, everybody. Yes, I used to do some clothing hauls and cooking a little bit, but now I'm going to be doing something totally different, something that I'm totally love, and that is crime videos. Yes, crime. I watch a lot of crime shows like Dateline, America's Most Wanted, Forensic Files, First 48 Hours, just to name a few. So I like to watch stuff like that. So I thought it would be fun to watch it or to do a crime channel. So that's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to do crime cases primarily out of Michigan. I thought that would be fun too since I am from Michigan. Yes, I do live in the cold, snowy Michigan. So I thought that would be fun to just do some of the things that happen here. You know, sometimes I might venture out and do other places too, but right now I want to do some of the cases here that has went down in Michigan. Michigan is huge, so you know we should have a lot to talk about. So, one thing about Michigan too is when it comes to the prisons, we only have one female prison. We have 29 men prisons versus one female prison. So I thought that would be kind of interesting too, to know that any cases that happen here in Michigan, all of the women are in one prison. They have no other options to go but here to that one prison. Having a little lemonade, a little thirsty. It's hot in here. So, Happy New Year, everyone. This is my first time, reaching out to everyone this year. So, Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a fabulous New Year. Any New Year resolutions out there? Put them in the comment. Mine is to be more active on YouTube. You know, I already got a late start this year, but the year is still here, so I'm going to continue to be more active on YouTube. I do have a 9 to 5, so sometimes, just enjoying your family life and work. Sometimes a lot of other things sometimes get pushed to the side. So I'm going to try to incorporate this, and be active this time. So we could just jump into my first video. Right now, our first video of the topic would be about Sergeant Hassel. Sergeant Hassel III. He was a sergeant in the military in Korea. That was his home base. He was a loving son, a great kid, grew up. He's only 23, so he is grown, but to me, he's still a young child. His life was just now beginning and it was taken short from him. So he basically, did everything right, his family said, from school, from his behavior, from everything. He had no problems that he gave anyone. So he went to the military and he met a female there by the name of Kamaya. And he fell in love with her. Kamaya at the time was 22. He's 23 at the time, and fell in love. He thought they was in love. Soon later, Kamaya, she wasn't happy in their relationship. So Kamaya started having an affair on him with someone else in the military by the name of Jeremy Cuellar. So her and Jeremy was having this affair, and basically other people didn't know about this affair. They was right underneath his nose, just doing their thing. In fact, she was in his bed one day, and someone knocked on his door, and he opened the door. Someone seen Kamaya in the bed, and even asked him, "So is this what you're doing?" And he was like, "Yes." So Jeremy, he was also married, but he wasn't happy in his relationship with his wife either. He had wanted a child, so he didn't have any children, but his wife did get pregnant at one point, and he made her abort the pregnancy because he didn't want that child with her. So anyhow, he's, seeing this lady in the military. So One day they were renewing their insurances for the death benefits, and so it was for $450,000 upon you or your spouse, whoever's in the military. If you're in the military passes, you get your family would get the $450,000. So she was talking to Jeremy and basically saying to him, we should, kill my husband, and basically, me and you can start all over, with this $450,000. At first, he thought Kamaya was playing with him. She kept, saying it, kept saying it. So, he was like, I love this woman. Okay, let's do it. So that's where the first plot, the plot, to kill this man started. So in 2018, during the Christmas and New Year vacation, Kamaya and her husband Tyrone came back to Michigan on vacation for the holiday vacation. Meanwhile, Kamaya and Jeremy are plotting to kill him on the same vacation. So Jeremy, he had already, did runs over to where Kamaya was staying, which they were staying with her and her husband was staying over at his father's house, which was Tyrone the junior, because the one that's deceased is Tyrone the third. They were staying over his house, for the holiday, and so during the holiday, she would drop pings to Jeremy, letting him know where they was at, so he could start doing his dry runs and casing out the area. So meanwhile, this particular day, they were at a barbecue. Both Tyrones, the Tyrone Jr. and the third, was at a barbecue. Kamaya stayed at home because she said she did not feel like going out. She wanted to stay home with their 1-year-old little boy named Chunk. And so she was at home, and she just told, her husband to bring her a plate of food home, bring her and the baby some food. They was going to stay in. So here he is. He's at this gathering, hanging out with his family. He takes his wife a plate of food home. And so after he visits with his wife and child, Chunk, he's on his way, back to his truck, back to his truck. And in the meantime, what happens? Bang, 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 bang. He's shot up. He's hitting the head. He's hitting the neck. And so ultimately, Kamaya, she puts on the, you have to go and look for yourself, guys. She puts on a show. Let me tell you. This lady should get a reward for this act she put on. She's so dramatic. She's crying. She's distraught. At one point, she even tried to climb into the ambulance, to be with her husband, acting like she don't know what just happened. Just acting like she don't know. So, she called Tyrone Jr. home. He can't believe what's going on with his son. He's like, wait a minute, he just left. He just came home for a brief minute, and he's dead. This couldn't be true. So, so they're trying to find out what's going on, interviewing people. No one can find out if he had any beef. They asked, hey, was he beefing with somebody? Because just that same day, Tyrone, he was at Walmart getting some ammunition, and it was the same kind of ammunition that he ultimately was killed with. 9mm ammunition. So basically, they was thinking maybe he was going to get some ammunition because he knew, somebody was after him or something. So they looked at the cameras at Walmart and seen that he was with 2 other young men. So they ended up tracking down these young men, like, hey, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, they was just old friends that had hooked up. They had no beef with him. They was just friends. He was in town. They just wanted to see their friend. So then the father was thinking, well, hey, he had a stepson that was into some other, things, at one point in time, His son was never into none, but his stepson was, did have some trouble with the law at one point. So he was thinking, well, maybe this was meant for his stepson. After interviewing the stepson, they couldn't find nothing that, to make it seem like it could have been, for him either. So that was ruled out. Excuse me. So then people started talking. The neighbors started, talking, saying how they noticed a black car in the driveway that was of a vacant house that was for sale. Basically saying that they would see him pull in, pull out, speed down the street, turn around, come back and park. So they started, telling them about this car that they noticed, And then, they got another phone call from someone that said, you know what? You need to look to the wife. You need to look at the wife. We heard that she was having an affair with somebody in the military. So you need to seek, the wife and see what's going on with her. So that's just what the police did. They called Tyrone Jr. back down to the station and told him to bring Kamaya with him, the wife, because they had some more questions. So, he went down there. He's very cooperative, been cooperative during the whole thing, trying to figure out what's going on with his son. In the meantime, they tell him, you need to go home. We're going to keep Kamaya down here with us. We got some questions for her, and it's going to be a long night. He didn't understand why they wanted her to stay, you know what I'm saying, and why they was going to be questioning her all night. But again, okay, fine. He said he had no idea that they had even any troubles in their relationship whatsoever. As far as he concerned, they were happy. He loved Kamaya, thought she was a great woman for his son, and basically he took her in and loved her as she was his daughter, biological daughter. So during the interview with the police, they're talking to Kamaya and they bring up that affair that she had. And you know what? She quickly told the truth, which was good. She did admit of having an affair with the young man named Jeremy Cuellar that was in the military with her. And that, she was saying that how she wasn't getting treated the way she felt like she needed to or should have deserved, at home. And that Jeremy was doing this, that, and the other for him. And so she ended up telling the truth on that. So the police had asked her, what was, the motive? Was it because of the $450,000? Because they was aware of that. She told them no. She said that the $450 was a benefit. She said that basically, she said she would have did it without the money, but it was an added benefit since, it was there. I was like, wow, now that's deep. So you can just imagine to the surprise and the, oh my goodness, and how he felt when he got that phone call saying that, hey, we solved the case. We know who killed your son. It was his wife. It was Kamaya. The hurt behind that man was tore up, okay? Not only did he love this woman, after she killed him, she's staying in his house. He's consoling her. They consoling each other. He this, that, and that. He loving on this woman, and she is the reason why your son is dead. So, after that, the police, they go look for Jeremy. They go to his mom's house. They find Jeremy. They arrest Jeremy. They find the car he was driving. They find the gun. They find the bullets, the ballistics, everything matched. They question Jeremy. Jeremy, he tells it too. He tells how he loved this woman. He would have done anything for this woman. How he was in love with her. He wanted a family. How he loved their son. How he this, that, and the other with this woman. And then, he actually felt like she manipulated him. But yeah, right. Come on now, Jeremy. You're going to take some blame for this, okay? So, my whole thing is, he said he loved her to death and he would do anything for her. I know about the term love is blind, but I'm telling you, And nothing is blind, okay? It was a sad situation that this man didn't even have a chance. He was just taken away so early. It's unlimited all the things that this man could accomplish. You know, the way he just stepped out and just ran and just did everything, you know what I'm saying, the right way so fast, and just was just a remarkable young, man to our society. um it was so sad to hear his father say that you wait for the time that your son grow up to be a man, but you also, wait for him to also be a friend. You know what I'm saying? To talk about the things that that he's an adult with, that whereas women, whereas this, that, and the other, all that was just taken away from this man, and it's so hurtful. So even Kamaya's mother couldn't believe that she did it. You know, it was a phone conversation that's recorded while she was in prison, and her mother called. She even asked her, "Are you being coerced to say this? Are you serious, Kamaya? Are you serious?" And she told her mom, "No, mom, I did it." She asked her, "Did you think you can get away with this? You just gonna kill your husband?" She said, "Yeah, I thought I would have. I thought I could at the time. I thought I would be able to." So she really fooled a lot of people. She really did. And that was just a really sad case. It really hit us here in Michigan when we heard that. You hear so many things about all the bad that these young men or young people do sometimes, but you don't hear the good. So when you hear when someone that's young that's doing something really good, you know it really hits home, especially when things happen to them like that. So anyhow, they're both in prison right now. So I will tell you, Kamaya, she is getting life. She has gotten life. She's never getting out, and she's at the only women's prison here in Michigan. That's Huron Valley Women's, and I will show you her oldest. And also Jeremy, he has gotten 65 to 90 years. He's never getting out either. Basically, like I said, it's only one woman's prison, 30 men's prisons, okay? Otis is online tracking information system, and it basically just shows you, their current picture, and, what they're charged with, has been charged with, and what kind of time they got. So I will share that with you also. That's public information. Also, it's a confession that Jeremy, he gave the father. He wanted to know exactly in detail what happened to his son, and he gave him that confession. He goes to tell him how he felt like he was manipulated by Kamaya. That he did attempt to kill his son on other occasions, but for whatever reason he backed out. He did apologize to him, which was good. Of course, that kind of apology is kind of hard to take, but he gave him what more than Kamaya did. This woman has not apologized to him, have not shown any remorse, but at least Jeremy had, gave him exactly what he needed to help him heal from this. And so it was a 56-minute confession. It was very, very deep, very emotional. You will have to look at it for yourself. I'll put the details in the description box. But yes, so it was deep. At one point, the father even told him, "Listen, I don't know if Kamaya told you anything about us, but we got a lot of friends here, a lot of friends, here in Benton Harbor, and they in prison, and you're going to meet some of them." And Jeremy looked, and he was like, "I don't know how to take that." He said, "What do you mean by that?" He said, "I got a lot of friends in prison. You're going to meet some of them." So we all know what that means, right? So yeah, but very sad case that hit us in Michigan. I will be coming to you with another crime story pretty soon. And what I'm also going to do for the series, if there's any series, this crime story right here has 3 series actually that it's on. It is there on, let me see, Murder Tapes, Killer Cases, Snapped, and Deadly Women. So all of them are pretty much the same. Some might give a little bit more than others. Like I noticed on the Murder Tapes, they actually had Tyrone's stepmother, who was a nurse. She was on that one. She basically was even at the ER room when they brung her stepson in and was working on him, okay? So all of them pretty much give a different story. So sometimes people like different series that they watch. Some of them are only subscribe to certain series. Some people, you know, like I said, they just have their favorites. I watch them all. So, you know, you can always, I will put in the description if I found a case on them. And some of them I do have cases on them, because by me being in Michigan, when it catches my eye, when it says Michigan case or Michigan whatever, I look and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to write this one down. So, you know, therefore, if I can find a story on it, I will put it in the detailed description box. That way you can find it and you can, you know, see it yourself. Like I said, and they are pretty similar, but some of them do give you a little bit more information than the others. So anyhow, have a blessed and beautiful day. My name is Brick, like I said, and I hope you like my first crime story. Just giving you the facts of what happened and what went down, nothing added. And if you like this, please comment, like, and subscribe. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Even if you don't comment, like and subscribe. Thank you. And you have a blessed day, and I will see you with my next video in a couple of days. Bye.